Okay, controversial question. When you're in the great outdoors, do you listen to music? And if you don't listen to music in the great outdoors, do you think anybody should be listening to music in the great outdoors? Do you just prefer listening to whatever sounds are available at the time? Or do you plug in or set up and listen to your tunes when you're on a hike or a camp or enjoying the outside? And for me personally, my relationship with music outside is complicated. In some ways, I almost need it psychologically, and I'll come to that in a minute. But first of all, I want to take a little look at what's in this bag. What's in the bag? I'll pick that up in a minute. This is what was inside. This diminutive, but actually surprisingly nicely designed and solid, this is metal. This is a little Bluetooth speaker, a little waterproof Bluetooth speaker made by Munson, designed for the outdoors. It's almost like one of those fidget toys. It's very tactile. That's the volume there. You turn that and you can hear it clicking when you turn it. You can change the tracks on here with this little switch, and then you've got this dial on the front here for switching it on and off. And when you switch it on, it makes a really cool sound. Listen. If I push this button, it has a neat little trick. What do you see? It turns into a little torch, a little light. It's not super bright, but it would work in a pinch. And yeah, Munson sent me this to tell you all about it. The audio quality you get out of this is pretty good. It's better than what you get out of your phone, for example. I really hope nobody's watching me. I'm just gonna put that aside 1 second, and we'll have a little bit of chat about my complicated relationship with music and the outdoors. I've always listened to music when I've run outside. I've always found it gives me a little bit of a boost. And then more recently, there's something that kind of surprised me about myself, and it's a bit frustrating. And actually I found that music can help with it a lot. And I mentioned this in a previous video where I have what I sort of call creative inertia, where I'm about to make a video, I'm about to start a hike, I'm about to go and do something I enjoy, and I suddenly just feel it's like my enthusiasm for doing the thing I want to do just disappears. And after maybe like 20, 30 minutes, sometimes an hour or longer, the enthusiasm comes back. It's a hard one to describe, and I thought I was alone in that, and in such a weird thing, not wanting to do the thing you want to do. I've occasionally had it so bad that I've gone somewhere to go for a run. I've started into my run, and 5 minutes into the run, I just have given up and gone home again. And I find that music actually is the thing that breaks me out of that more than anything else. You know, just putting on some music that I like, usually something cheesy and ridiculous and upbeat, just kind of, I don't know, whatever it does, it rewires something in my head, and suddenly my mood is elevated. My energy returns, and I want to be there again. So I have all kinds of outdoor adventures, from running to cycling to paddleboarding to hiking and camping, and probably on all of those things I will listen to music in some way. Not every time, but at least in some way. If I'm trail running, definitely listen to music. If I'm hiking, sometimes I'll put it in the headphones, and especially if I'm on my own, if I'm solo, sometimes you get bored, your mood can kind of go when you're on your own, and sometimes you just plug in, play some tunes, it kind of gets you there. And sometimes I find listening to music, especially like your favorite music, it can like enhance the environment. It's like you're giving yourself your own cinematic soundtrack of wherever it is that you are. So yeah, I think music is very powerful when it comes to the outdoors. Now that's just me personally. So I'd love to know what you think about music in the outdoors. Maybe you'd like to ban it entirely in the outdoors. Maybe you think that the entire world should listen to your excellent taste in music. It's not all the time. Sometimes I just like to go along and listen to the sounds, listen to the birds and the environment and things around me. I don't want to always be plugged in like a fishbowl. Well, and I guess where something like this comes in, now, to be honest, a lot of people are going to wear headphones when they're out and about, but if you get to your campsite and you're in the middle of nowhere, there's nobody around that you're going to disturb, why not? Well, it's a bit depressing. The beginning to the end of my life. Sounds like Budget, Noah and the Whale. I think this could be a good one for sort of the Christmas camping wish lists. Because it's waterproof, you can leave it out on a camp. You could stick it on your paddleboard, you could attach it to your bicycle, you could hang it off the back of your rucksack. There's all kinds of places you could use this because it is waterproof. Although, if you are going to play music outside, I would always advise you don't play it when there are other people around, because there's nothing worse than someone else's taste in music, as I've been told many times. I'd love it if you could all start an argument in the comments. But yeah, I like this. I like this little gadget, and if you want to get one yourself, there's a link in the description and you can get 40% off. So that's it for this video, because the sun is setting in 10 minutes and I'm rapidly losing light. Go start an argument. Thanks for watching as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.